Guy, it is July the 20th, 2024, and we are live. Welcome to Olia in Poland and Stephen in Australia. Glad you guys are already on. I see there's 4 people on, 2 people already liked it, so we're off to a roaring start. What's been happening? Well, if you've been watching the videos, you'll notice that I was away a little bit last week, so I had a work thing to do in the island of Prince Edward Island, the province of Prince Edward Island, I should say, not the island of, but it is an island. In the capital of Charlottetown. I went over to train an employee at Canada Post. So while I was there, I was lucky enough to meet up with a couple of friends, Kyler, who lives in Summerside, and Helen, who lives in St. Peter's Bay. They both got together and we were able to do a little touring around and show you a little bit, a very little bit of what you can see if you go to Prince Edward Island. And hopefully I'll get back and we'll do some more. We both had, or all 3 of us had fun getting together and just exploring the island and catching up on stories and doing all sorts of fun things. So I was happy to do that and happy to share it with you guys. I got back Thursday afternoon from Prince Edward Island, and it's about an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute commute between where I live and where I went to. And then, so yesterday, you'll may have noticed or may not have noticed, but I just put up another video too. My sister was in town with my niece, and the 3 of us went to the Moncton Zoo, so the Magnetic Hill Zoo. And it was a very hot day, so you'll have to see the reaction of the animals on a hot day. Heads up, might not be the best day to go to the zoo if it's super, super hot. But some of the animals performed for us, or at least got out and played, and so it was fun to see. So that video is up now. What else do I want to do this weekend? The Color Festival is actually in town. This is the very first time we're having the Color Festival in Moncton, which is going all day today, but I don't think I'm going to get a chance to get down to see it. Welcome Miria, who's on a bus heading back to Helsinki. She says she's going to be part of the replay crew later on. I did have a few messages, people that won't be able to be on today, like Ida Marie is otherwise occupied today too, so she's going to be part of the replay crew. There are a few different ones. Isabel hasn't been able to be on from Chile either because of work functions, but that's all right. Glad you guys tune in when you can and watch later when you can do that as well. So Color Festival is in town. Probably not going to get a chance to do that, even though it looks really cool. The other thing that is going on is there is a circus in town too, not very far from where I live, but probably won't be taking that in this weekend either, because there is other things they've done and need to do too. And one of them will be another adventure that I'll take you on tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Also, I've got some postcards that I've got to write. I do have another video to come out. Probably won't be out till Monday, maybe even Tuesday, of the things that I bought when I was in Prince Edward Island, or got when I was in Prince Edward Island, because some of them I didn't have to pay for, and some of them were gifts. So I want to show you those. I've got postcards to write tomorrow, so I got to do that. Yeah, there's a bunch of different things on the go. What about you guys? What's going on where you are? Olia, Stephen, what's happening? Anybody else who happens to be on and wants to chit chat too? Well, I did get a few cards in that had the responses already for the question of the month, which was, what is your favorite smell and why? So some people have already responded to that. So the first Saturday of August, I'll reveal those answers and give you a new question too. So those are coming up, so I'm glad that those have participated. I've also got in another person sent me some stuff for Calling All Artists, which is me asking anyone who has some sort of artistic ability that they want to share, whether it's writing, whether it's drawing, whether it's crafting, you name it, whatever you're happy to do as an artistic endeavor, and you either want to be promoted for your YouTube channel, your Facebook, maybe you've got an Etsy account, something you want to do. Good morning, Charmaine in Maine, welcome. That's what I've asked, that you guys send something in. I'll promote it, and then whatever you send in will be part of a giveaway in the future. So I'm not looking at trying to hoard art from around the world. I want to share it with everybody and then send it back off into the world. So that's the plan. Just don't make it too expensive, because I don't want to have to pay for heavy postage or big bulky items. If you could, that'd be great. Stephen, yeah, I hope yours arrives. It hasn't yet, but I can say that a couple else others have arrived. Sorry to get tongue-tied here. And thank you, Stephen, for all the limericks that you've been sending in. Hopefully people are enjoying those on Fridays. Kind of breaks up a little bit of the mail and gives a little bit more fun back to Friday videos. It's nice to have extra things and things that people are looking forward to every week. It's on a single postcard. That should be all that's required for an answer to that question. As long as your favorite smell isn't a list of 30, your top 30 favorite smells. What else is going on here? Stamp-wise, I haven't done anything really with doing stamps of new stuff lately. When I was in Prince Edward Island, I thought we were going to get into... there was someone there that was looking at selling some stamps a little bit cheaper, some mint stamps that I could use. It didn't quite work out while I was there, so maybe in the future. Top 10 favorite smells, yeah, no doubt. So I haven't done anything that. I haven't been in the office to do anything with the collection either. Same with postcards. I did get caught up on all my postcards last week, which was nice, so they were all sent out. And I've got something new. You'll see it in tomorrow's video, a different way that I'm kind of decorating once again. I've had to switch things up a little bit. I like the way it goes, but what happened is my printer, which normally prints on white paper, I decided to do something different, and I bought new rolls because my white paper was done, and these are transparent stickers, which I thought, oh, that'd be cool to have some transparent stickers. Now, the downside with transparent label stickers is that if there's something dark underneath, it's going to block out the words that you've printed on it. So I changed things around to make it clear underneath and that the labels work well. You'll get a chance to see it tomorrow. But I know going forward, what I'm going to do is go back to a solid color. Maybe not white, maybe a pastel or something like that, just to brighten up the label. The transparent labels work great on white envelopes, so those are really nice to have them for that. But on a postcard, and if I'm putting my diagonal washi tape underneath, it drowns out the address. So I've had to make slight adjustments. Charmaine's sitting outside enjoying the nice weather. That's a good idea. And nice that you're able to join us here. Yep, nice weather all around up here as well. Still beautifully hot. I think it'll be great for the color festival. So downtown, they'll be throwing colored powders and things, and people will be getting covered. There's going to be music and dancing and food trucks, and it should be a real nice time. Welcome, Joe. Glad you could join us again this week. Joe, have you ever been to a color festival? This is what's going on here. I'll show real quick here. I'll flip things around. This is what they're talking about for us. You can see here, you can see people getting covered in the dye up here. Now they spelled colors wrong. They're missing their U. But so that's happening from noon right now until 8 o'clock tonight. There's food trucks and activities for kids and all sorts of fun things. So that's happening. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to get a chance to film it or be a part of it this year. Can't do everything, but I did want to let you guys know that it is happening. Yeah, I think it's based on that. Now, is it the same time frame, Joe, for that? Is that happening right now in India as well? I know our color festival is different than a local city's. St. John down the road, they have a color festival as well, and it's not the same weekend. So we have a growing Indian population in Moncton, and so we're happy to have new restaurants, new grocery stores, new festivals that are happening here as well. So it's kind of nice. Loving the multicultural differences that we now have in the city. When I was younger growing up here, it was basically just French people and English people that lived here. Not a lot of multiculturalism. Now it's countries from all over. Have I missed anything? We've a lot of people saying hello, hello, hello. There's a clam festival in Maine this weekend for Charmaine in Maine. Stephen, are you having problems with the chat on here? If you don't respond to anyone, it's because you can't see the chat again. Hopefully my video is not having issues. Anybody else having issues with either the sound quality or the messages coming through? This is when I can go in and tweak something maybe. Hopefully don't have to stop it and restart. Just looking at the quality here. Charmaine says everything's okay for her. That's good. Just doing an update here. Not seeing anything on my end. Christopher, who's on, welcome. He's not having a problem hearing or seeing anything. Stephen's refreshed. It seems to be okay. Welcome, Roger. 39 degrees in Athens today. Just won't end with the heat for at least 2 months continuous. Wow. All right, Roger, you got to put in a good word. I need it to be below 39 degrees Celsius when we arrive in Athens in early September. Otherwise, we won't get to see the Acropolis and all the other things that we want to see while we're there. We got a message from the cruise line saying that 39 degrees and above, they close all the archaeological sites. So we do not want that while we get our opportunity to be there. When we were originally going around Europe back in 1997, get the dates right, I think it was 97. No, early 1998. We were going to go to Greece, and that was on our list. But our budget and what we had planned for, we had to cut it out. It was one of the things we had to sacrifice on our trip, so we didn't get to go. So now we're going back on a cruise, and we're going to get a chance for 2 days in Greece. So we want to be able to make the most of it. Port Lincoln's 13 degrees Celsius. Early in the morning. Here, I think it's going to be in the low 30s when it reaches that temperature. I haven't been outside yet. I know it's bright and sunny. I can see it out there through the windows, but I haven't been out. We could go for a walk around the property again. We want to do that. See how things have changed. I'm going to have to find some shoes to do such. Let's see. I'll go for a quick walk. Find some sandals. Thermostat says 24 degrees right now. So we'll find some sandals and go outside. We'll go right out the back door. All right, we're into the sun. You can see the canopy for the grapes is very strong right now. If I flip it around, let's do that, and we'll see what we can see. So, have yet to use my fire pit so far. It has been either so hot that there's been a fire ban on, or it has been raining, so I don't get to have the fire. And then the only time I really can do it is either while I'm on vacation, which I haven't had yet, or on the weekends. So today maybe, I don't know, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Now, I haven't gotten to pruning anything. See my grapevines, they are going into the tree here now. I have my plum tree is here. Do I have any fruit? Yeah, there little ones are starting. The Japanese maple is getting quite high. Are we getting any apples? Yeah, there's a few apples up there. There are a few cherries on the cherry tree. The birds are getting most of them. And you can see, like, I've got, these things need to be pruned out. This apple tree is taking over. I pruned it way back and now it's just exploding. The blueberries, let's look at the blueberries. You can see they're starting to change colors. There's a few of them, but they're intertwined. The raspberries, there's some there. Oh, there's some yellow ones there. They're my favorite. Oh yeah, I can eat. While I'm out here, I might as well eat. So, yeah, quite a few raspberries around. Oh yeah, look over here. Boom. Raspberries, raspberries, raspberries. He's not quite ready yet, but he's getting there. This one, low down. That'll work. There we go. So, and then in amongst the raspberries, you can see all the grapes. And they're everywhere. Let's go down the side. You can see what's happening there too. This is a black currant bush. Not seeing a lot. They're not started quite yet. More raspberries in here. Christopher says, as an American, it's funny to hear you all talk about freezing temperatures as comfortable. Well, I guess we all get used to different temperatures. What do we got in here? So, more blueberries, or not blueberries, grapes, excuse me. I'm looking to see if we've got any kiwi started yet. Lots of grapes. And there's Ari. He's saying, oh, grapevines are everywhere. Lots of grapes, lots of grapes. I'm not seeing any kiwis yet. They're not started yet. There's a beginning one there. But if we go down the side of the property here, my vines are taking over onto my neighbor's yard, unfortunately. I told him he wants any grapes, he can take whatever he wants, because there's going to be lots this year. And the more I prune it back, the more it grows. So you can see there's plenty of fruit. We got going this way. Welcome, Basil. What happened in the front yard? Where I've got no grass. I have a hard time growing grass here. So I kind of given up this year. Our plants in the front need water, but still green. That's a bonus. All these plants could be pruned back. There's a maple tree growing in the middle of it, so that needs to be taken out before it becomes a problem. We've got some flowers here on the hostas. So yeah, nice and green. Got a little bit of a breeze here too. All right, for those of you that might be feeling sick, let's go back inside. Less motion sickness, I'll get you stable again. Coming back in this way. I'll get rid of this stuff. I'm getting stared down because they think that I'm filming them, but I'm not filming them. There. And we'll go this way. There. All right. We're back in the office. Ta-da! So there's the quick tour around the yard, what's been happening there. Stephen says, in Australia, we decimalized in the early 70s. Don't really speak Fahrenheit anymore. I know 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing, and 100 Fahrenheit is pretty warm, but that's about it. Basil says he's going to be away from YouTube on Tuesday. Okay. Yeah, we're all Celsius up here. Well, the whole world other than the United States is Celsius. So, Christopher, if you hear us speaking about 30s and 40s, we're talking about Celsius and it being warm in the hundreds. Thank you, Joe. This is the time of the year when I get to show it off now in September and October. And then in the winter when there's snow out there, you don't see it nearly as much. Well, at least you don't have me walking around in it. But the last couple of years, we haven't really had much snow either, so I've got nothing really too much to complain about. Now I've got raspberry seeds in my teeth from the little snack that I had while I was out there. I was over at my in-laws last night, and they've got corn already started in their garden. Carrots are up, and they've been eating those. Peas they'll have ready next week. Beets are still a little ways away, but they're starting to get stuff out of their garden, which is nice. Oh, welcome, Aaron, in Colorado. You've got a bit of a balcony garden on the go. Basil, good luck with all your father's stuff that you need to take care of. Well, Aaron, we all make do with what the property that we have. Some days we wish that we were down to a condo and apartment so we didn't have to worry about the yard anymore. And other days we relish in space around that we can enjoy. But I haven't done anything in the way of weeding or gardening this year. We haven't planted anything new. We've kind of just been letting it do its own thing because we've been doing other stuff. That a little bit here. All right, well, that brings me back to stuff in here. Any questions you guys have or anything you've been dying to ask me as it's been a week? Maybe not. I see 14 people are on. I wonder who the 14 people are. Basil, I have no idea what I'm going to eat when I decide to eat. No plans yet. Last night we went out with our in-laws and I had a peanut butter burger. That was on the menu last night. It was pretty good. Dustin, don't know what you're trying to talk about. You say so. Anybody get affected by this technology hack or whatever that happened? The blip that happened the other day? It didn't affect me at all. I didn't have any systems that were affected. Wasn't traveling, so other than driving home, so I didn't have an issue. Coca-Cola India has come up with a Marvel series on their cans. Okay. Dustin, no, I have not. outage didn't affect Stephen. Outage didn't affect Joe in India either. Okay. That's good. No one was really bothered by what happened. Or none of us were bothered. I know other people were, and other companies certainly were. Oh, no, Aaron was affected though. Yes, yesterday was terrible. We do documentation all weekend because I wasn't able to yesterday. I could still see most of my patients, but couldn't do anything else. Wow, okay. Sorry to hear about that. Well, the cans come to life with the code. That's much like those stamps that you had a couple of years ago. Stephen thinks they might be on their Coca-Cola cans as well. Roger wasn't affected. Charmaine says her friend's sister was affected. She was supposed to fly to Pennsylvania yesterday from Maine, so she had to reschedule for Monday. Yeah, it sounded like the people flying were the most affected or most interrupted by it. I know my wife's company, one of their programs was affected by it. Didn't feel any effects at Canada Post. Stephen doesn't drink soft drinks, but does recycled. Hopefully we don't use up too much of your data there, Basil. I can tell you one of the videos coming up. These are the postcards that are acquired, so you'll have that to look forward to if you're interested in postcards. Erin said she got a fortune cookie telling her that she'd had an unexpected windfall, so maybe things will look up. Well, let's hope that the cookie is correct for you. It was nice having my sister and niece in town yesterday. I guess they were in town for the last 2 days, but I got a chance to see them yesterday because I was away the day before. It's always nice when we can connect and be a little goofy. Julia likes the sleeves of my shirt. Okay. This is for the New York Knicks NBA basketball team. It's my favorite basketball team, even though they generally aren't very good. Basil, you're going for the next 28 days? Is that what, or you've changed your plan for the next 28 days? This is in the flag of your country? Well, when Kyler's around, he tends to be in my videos, but we don't live close enough that we're together often. I mean, he's only an hour and a half away, but he's in a completely different province, and it costs $50 to cross that bridge, so it's not cheap. But I was very appreciative of Kyler letting me come over and giving me a tour of his area, and then allowing to interview him about his stamp collection. So that was good. Welcome, Vera, from Germany. You're at the North Sea, sleeping in the sun. Don't get a burn, and don't get swept away by the waves. Hopefully you're enjoying your little trip, your vacation. We all are looking forward to breaks from time to time. But thanks for continuing to send envelopes and cards and all sorts of things. I really appreciate it, Vera. You've given me lots of good content to be able to post to show other people. I hadn't realized that Belarus had changed their flag. I'm gonna have to look that up. Let's do that right now. All right, so this is the flag that I recognize as Belarus. Is this one here with the three? Is that what they're going to? Where is it here? There. Is that what you're talking about? So orange in the middle here, not red, but if it was red, I see what you're talking about. What did I miss? Vera's in the garden. Oh, that's a nice place to be. And some hellos and stuff. Yeah, so it's the white, red, white. All right, this is white, orange, white, because colors for the New York Knicks are orange. Yeah, the new flag, it's very similar to some other flags. That's okay. Maybe it doesn't come off well on the camera that maybe you can't see the orange as much. Maybe it looks like it's more red. And Vera loves orange. Yes, I know. Yeah, the pattern would be more difficult for children. 3 solid colors is pretty easy, but it also is very common with a lot of other countries. I'm curious why they made the change, though. But I do see something here. I want to bring this up. Maybe this helps. It looks like both flags are still going to be in use, but for different purposes. So if it's state or government, official government or state institutions will use this particular flag, but society and people, Belarusians abroad, culture, history, language, Olympic sporting events will use this one. So there'll be 2 flags in use, but for different purposes. Which does make it a little bit confusing to have 2 national flags. Well, my handsome face, if that's what you want to call it, doesn't need to be seen. If you can see the messages, those are more important. But thank you, Olia, for letting us know about the flag change. I wasn't aware. And so now when we see it at the Olympics, we'll know what's going on. I don't know, Oli, if I ever told you that my sister Carolyn, who was in yesterday's video or this morning's video about the zoo, she got a chance to go to Belarus on a mission trip. Went to Minsk, and so she brought back. I don't have it here. I think it's down in the basement, but I have a coat of arms of Belarus that she brought back for me. Now this was 25, 30 years ago. It was a while ago now. Olia likes the old flag too. That was a return to communism, is what she's saying about the new flag. That's a shame. All right, no politics, no sad things. That's a good moniker to stand by, mostly for this channel. I used to collect flags of this size or larger when I was younger, so that Olympic flag that's kind of right up there, that's all folded up. I have a bunch of flags that size. I think I actually have a Belarusian flag too that size. And do have, if I can find them quickly, that may not be an easy task to do because I've told you before my stickers are not sorted well. I have a bunch of country flags that are stickers of this size. When my kids were younger, especially my daughter, we did an Olympic birthday party for her, and we had all sorts of decorations done up, and I made an Olympic cake for her with a stadium and all the people, and so we had a whole bunch of these stickers. And we didn't really do anything with them, so I've had them all along, and then when I got into post-crossing and needing stickers and things, I found them. So I thought, well, I might be able to use these some days for a decoration. All right, we won't talk about it any further, Oli, as I'm just reading your comment now. Well, what else do we have that people want to talk about? Shouldn't tell your uncle to send you a Canadian flag. You should ask your uncle if he would be so kind to send you a flag. Or even help pay for the postage and the purchase of it. But that's just my opinion. All right, what else? What else did I have to discuss while we are here today? Trying to look around to see what might jog my memory of things that have been happening. I talked to you about the printer already and how we're changing our decorating a little bit. Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but all right. Yeah, we need to stick to happy thoughts. I do want to go back out into the garden though and pick some more raspberries now that I've had a taste. They are just at the right ripeness, some of the ones that are out there. If you have a problem with my body being on the camera, you don't have to watch, Basil. All right. Today's grocery day, so that's what we're going to end up doing here this afternoon. I've got a little bit of organizing to do here to prepare for postcards tomorrow and the little trip that we are planning tomorrow, which I'll get a video out so you can see what's happening. But you won't see that till later in the day, so some of you probably won't see it till Monday. You're getting a glare in the sun. Yeah, it's a downside. I know when I was filming at the zoo too, I was having a hard time seeing exactly what I shot and was looking for shady places in order to see. It was also heating up my phone, so I was having a hard time on the battery too. Oh, Joe, I know you've been talking to Oli about decorating, so hopefully your decorating skills are going well on those 4 postcards you're sending out. And Oli has been composing her music now that she has her synthesizer back. You've got some blackberries where you are, Christopher. How many blackberries? I've got raspberries. I've got blueberries. I've got, what else did I say that wrote there? Black currants. Those are the ones that weren't quite ready yet. Olia has a surprise for us in future videos, so you guys will have to continue to watch in postcards to see what she's up to. Erin's, all her post-crossing slots are traveling. I've got 7 I can write for tomorrow right now. Jermaine's sitting in the shade, trying to stay a little cool but enjoying the sun. Yeah, Olia's fantastic at decorating, so if you got tips from her, then you're doing really well, and I'm sure they'll look great. Well, you've got lots of blackberry fields where you are. I'm sure we have wild blackberry products ready out there, but I was just talking about what was in the yard. Welcome, Lena. Thank you for joining. Wave. You can hear the garage door going up. That will be my son leaving again. Nice yard to have tracks and tracks of fields. Are you in a rural area, Christopher? No, I guess that wasn't Ari leaving. He was just closing the garage door. He'd left it open. It's nice to have a mother and daughter both on here. In case you guys don't know, Lena and Olia are mother and daughter. Can you hear them? Can you hear my wife and my son talking in the background? They didn't want to be on camera when I was coming in from the house, so that's why I was kind of keeping the camera away from them. Oh, you're within city limits, okay. It's not actually a painting, Basil. It is a picture from my old work when I was working for a paper company out in Vancouver, and that is English Bay, where my wife and I used to live in an apartment when we first moved out to Vancouver. So that's what that picture is. The one below it is Martin Brodeur. He was the goalie for Montreal, or not for Montreal, for Team Canada in the 2010 Vancouver Olympics. That's what that one is. Roger, I have no idea what you're talking about. Roger, he says, Rob, I believe you have fish of snapper. So we have fish called snapper fish. Yes, we do have that, if that's what you're asking. We used to have it in New Zealand. We don't get it in Greece yet. You can buy snapper here. And Lena, I assume that you and Stephen are talking because I don't know what you're saying. There's no translation for me here, and I can't use my translation app because I'm on my phone. So I hope you guys are having a lovely conversation. Well, are we coming to an end, or people have new things they want to talk about, new subjects to go over, a funny story to talk about? I think I've caught you up on all my dealings in the last week with traveling over and working in Prince Edward Island and visiting friends, and then coming back here and visiting with my sister and niece. And Basil, I think Stephen and Alina were just having a private conversation. Which is all right too. It's kind of nice that the community gets together and catches up. I could just be on a fly on the wall watching what you guys are talking about. Just going to refresh the screen here and see what's been happening in the background. I found 6 people have watched my new zoo video, so I wasn't sure if it'd get many views this time of day on a Saturday. Charmaine's gone inside. That's good, so she can see the screen. Now, when this is over, which might be very soon, are you going to go back outside and enjoy the heat and the shade, or is it just getting too hot out there? It was kind of pleasant walking around the yard. There was a little bit of a breeze, so it's not super, super hot yet. Yeah, it's nice that you guys can get together and come see me, but at the same time get a chance to catch up with each other. Welcome, a new member from Greece. Yeah, it might be a good day to go for a drive somewhere. Take some photographs. I have 7 official ones as of right now that can go out tomorrow. So that's probably what I'll start with. I still have 16 other new direct swaps to respond to, but that will be next week's project. Later in the week, I won't do that tomorrow. Hello. What part of Greece are you from? Because Roger's in Athens, so we already have someone from Greece here. So we have Belarus, we have Poland, we have Greece, we have Australia, we have India, we have the United States. Oh, Lena wants to know how Polo is. Well, it's doing quite well, thank you. Oh, Croatia, wow, okay, welcome, welcome. What I tend to do is if someone sends me a postcard, I tend to send them one back. Now, I don't always do one for one. So if I get, Aaron, if you sent me 2 postcards that arrive the same week, I'm only going to send one back as a response. I can't afford to do every postcard in, gets everyone back out. But I have been kind of slowly pushing it, so maybe I don't respond to all of them that same week. Maybe it gets pushed into the next week. So just trying to budget it that way too. It's nice to see Croatia being represented here. So welcome, Ellen. Now, to get back to Lena's question about Polo. Oh, we have the UK on again today, so welcome. Polo is asleep right now. I probably could go up and wake him up just for a minute if you want to. You guys want to see him just for a second? Dana, my hedgehog polo is doing great. I'm glad that you could translate that for me. All right. Oh, you're in Split, Croatia. I'd love to go to Split. Ellen, we are going to do an Adriatic cruise in September, but it's leaving from Italy, and it's going to Dubrovnik, and it's going to Sadar, I think, are 2 stops. And then, of course, we're going to go to 2 stops in Greece as well. So how are things in Split? Is there something I need to know about for going to Croatia? We're going to come up here for a second. But it's so cool to have someone on from Croatia. That's wonderful. We'll sneak in here. We're in the hot room that we call Polo's room. So this is where Polo lives. There's his wheel and his food and his toys and his house. And we're going to change this around so you can see. Set up properly for you. Hi, buddy. I know we're waking you up. Just for a minute, okay? Just for a minute. All right, we're gonna fix this camera for a second. Okay, hold on. I'll put you down here for a minute. Change this around so you guys can see us. He's wondering what he's doing up. Here he is. You say hi to everybody. You say hi to everybody. He does not want to be up right now. I'm going to put your host back in. Hold on. Put your host back in. And then everybody can... Oh, fix that. You say hi. Yeah, they're saying hi. Say hello. Okay, he wants to go to bed. There you go. That's it. I gotta let him go back to bed. There's your ask and you shall see. Hedgehog on stamps now. That would be a great collection. There are some hedgehogs already on stamps. I'm curious to see how many African hedgehogs, like Polo is, are on stamps. Let me just fix this camera again here. You're welcome. He's probably thinking, what am I doing up this time of day? So that's kind of why he was probably making all those little noises. He was like, I don't want to be up. I want to go back to bed. Yes, Game of Thrones, big fan of it, Ellen, so I'm very much looking forward. My wife and I are just going to walk around the city. I don't think we're going to do any specific tour. We just want to experience the city. And Zadar, the sea organ. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look that up. Okay. I hear nothing but great things about Croatia, so that was one of the reasons we were going. You're welcome, Nina. Thank you so much for asking. Malawi and Botswana have African hedgehogs on their stamps, on some stamps. What time does Rob rise and shine? I usually get up at 5 o'clock in the morning during the weeks, and on the weekends 7. Polo gets up at around 8 p.m. 7:30, 8 p.m. when we wake him up. And then he stays up until the wee hours of the morning and then goes to bed. Now, if we didn't wake him up at 7:30, he probably wouldn't get himself up and wander around until 10 o'clock at night, maybe. We'd probably get him up a couple hours earlier than he normally would. He sleeps a lot. Well, you got a chance to see Polo. That wasn't something expected for this video, but you did. I will probably have to do a video with just Polo at some point in time. I've done some pictures of Polo in the past, but probably should have him out. Oh, I think I've heard of that, Ellen, of the sea organ. Now that you've mentioned what it is, it's a musical instrument. Is there also a Lady of the Rock or something, a statue that's right by the water in Zadar? That sounds familiar as well. Got a nice Liechtenstein collection of stamps coming along. That's good. Yeah, I've gotten hedgehog stamps from all sorts of places in Sweden. So some of the countries you guys are mentioning, yeah, we've had hedgehog stamps. Well, we've been on an hour, and you've seen Polo. We've talked about what I've done in the past week and some of the plans we have coming up for this week. Asked a few questions. Oh, Joe's popping on now just as we're finishing up. Next week, I will have a video about stamps that Joe sent to me. And no, Joe, I haven't even looked at them yet. I'm kind of saving it for the video. That's why I haven't really looked at it. But the envelope isn't very far. I have it right here. So I look forward to seeing what's in this packet that you sent. And I will show it to everyone else of your worldwide stamps that you sent. And I do have your packet of stamps here of airmail that I've put all together for you. So they'll go out this week, Monday, hopefully. He packed them just fine in an envelope with a letter to explain everything for me. I got your address now, so that's nice, so I can send it back. Well, not that back, send back what you'd asked for. All right, well, that's it for today. We're going to wrap things up. Thank you, everybody, for coming on, for asking questions, for wanting to see Polo. It's nice that he would come on and be here for you, too, and not be super grumpy. That's all I got for today, so you guys can watch the videos I put out through the week, and we'll see you next Saturday for our next live stream. Maybe you have a bunch of other stuff to talk about by then, too. All right, have a magical week.